Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Let me know where you are joining from tonight. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, Nicole. Good evening, Wendy. Oluwakemi. Good evening, all. Thank you for connecting. It's another soul clinic with the soul doctor. Apologies, I had some technical issues. That's why we're starting a bit late tonight. So let me know where you're joining from. Let me know where you are connecting from tonight. I see you all. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're joining from tonight. Let me know where you are connecting from. It's going to be amazing. We are talking about relationships and purpose. Let me know where you're joining us from and share the link as we have this conversation tonight. I will shout, I will dance, I will let them know. I will let them know. I will sing, I will shout, I will dance, I will let them know. I will let them know. I will sing, I will shout, I will dance, I will let them know. Okay, Olabisi said, okay, send an email. Okay, so there are people who manage my account. So send an email and then somebody, one of my admin officers will take that off. Send an email to hello@Jola-Grace.com. hello@Jola-Grace.com, and they will route that to the event to Excel. So I have people who manage my account, so I'm not always seeing any messages. So send an email and then my admin people will pick that up. Okay, good evening, Jackson Scar. Good evening, Lurita. Good evening, everyone. Let me know where you're joining us from tonight. Amarachi, you're very welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all for connecting tonight. Let me know where you are joining us from tonight. I will let them know. Good evening, Mokesti. Hi, good evening. Ekelemo. Hi, good evening. Let me know where you are joining us from tonight. And again, it's Soul Clinic with the Soul Doctor. Awesome, 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 awesome. So let me invite. So we're still looking at important. Let me know where you are joining from. Important. I don't know. Relationships and purpose. Fulfilment. But bear with me, I'm just trying to tie fulfillment. There we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good evening, good evening, good evening, Adebukala. Good evening, good evening. I see you all. Thank you so much for connecting. Yes, it's still November, and we are still having this conversation about purpose, right? Fulfilling purpose. Hi, Tolutoro. Thank you so much for connecting tonight. We're still having that conversation about fulfilling purpose. So, how are you? How are you? Where are you connecting from? For those of us who are in the UK, oh my goodness, the weather has dropped. Oh no, it's November. I mean, I was saying jokingly that as if the cold waited for me to have my birthday and then it dropped because it's like we're in the, I think it's Alexa, what's the temperature? At the moment, it's 2 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 0 degrees. Can you imagine? It's 2 degrees, it's gonna be 0 degrees. Oh, okay. Let's focus. But how are you? Where are you? Okay, Chris Brown, Wilder, Jackson. Hi, good evening. Let me know where you're joining us from. Let me know where you are connecting from tonight. So again, we are continuing that conversation. John, I see you. Thank you so much for connecting. We're continuing in that conversation about purpose, right? We've said a lot of things about purpose. Purpose is your why, is the reason why you are here, right? And it's important for us to understand and discover our purpose, regardless of the kind of background that we have, regardless of our past. So a lot of people go through negative and difficult past and they think that because of that they can't fulfill their purpose again. No, your purpose doesn't stop. Your value doesn't stop because you went through a negative experience. And I'm sure you've seen that illustration of a note, say a 50-pound note, right? That was crushed and crumbled and stomped on and, just looking very dirty and all of that. And if somebody says, "Oh, it's no more crispy, it's no more clean, it's been crushed, it's not smooth," I think the value is lost. I can't use it to buy anything again. No, it's not true. You will still collect it, right? It reminds me of some notes from a particular country where they will actually tape it. The notes will have seen shege panza, and they will actually use sellotape to tape the notes, and they will still spend it because the value is still the value. So listen, regardless of what your experiences have been, regardless of the kind of past you have had, you are still valuable. Your value has not diminished. You still carry value. And you better know that. Thank you, Lily. I see you. Thank you, Eddie Brownie. See you. Thank you all so much for connecting. Josie, Coach Tokes, good evening. Gen Z, Diane, hi. I see you all on TikTok, on YouTube. Thank you so much for connecting. John, Oluwadamilola, good evening. Thank you all so much for connecting. I see you. Thank you so much for connecting. So yes, we're talking about purpose, right? And the importance of purpose, right, in your life. If you don't fulfill purpose, you are self-sabotaging because you are created on purpose for a purpose. And you better know that the world is waiting for you to deliver your value because you carry value. You carry a special value and your world is waiting for you to deliver that value. So like somebody asked on Tuesday, is it possible for, I can't remember how the person asked now, is it possible for the devil to steal your purpose or something like that, to truncate your purpose? And we said, no. The only way that can happen if you allow it. If you allow it, and we are saying, regardless of what has happened, you still carry value and you can fulfill your value. So yes, we're going to dig deeper, right, in that conversation tonight. And we're going to just focus on relationship. But before we go to relationship, I just want to finish the chapter that we were reading. So we've been going through my book From Pain to Purpose, right? And we really gotten a lot of nuggets from the book. All of my books are available on Amazon, right? So I've got 5 books right now. Rise Above Your Past is on Amazon. From Pain to Purpose is on Amazon. The Regret Trap, right? Sometimes we are trapped in regrets. I wish I didn't do this. I wish I did that. I wish I didn't do this, right? And it can really stall you in life. So that book addresses that. And then we've got Street Sense for Good Girls, right? So if you feel, oh my goodness, I've tried to be good all my life, but I've always, get hurt, I always get hurt, I always get betrayed, I always get, you know, abused and all of that, then you need some wisdom. That book will give you that. And then I've got trauma healing prayer guide for parents. So this is a prayer guide for parents whose children, right, witnessed the abuse that happened in their homes. Sometimes these children can find it difficult to verbalize or to express themselves, right, even though they are hurting. And so I say to parents that you have a superpower, and that superpower is to pray for them as their parents. So that book is just like a devotional, 30-day devotional. You take a chapter a day and you just pray, you just declare, you know, and it has it also has some exercises for you to do as well. So all of the books are on Amazon. So tonight I see you all. Oluwakemi, good evening. Isura, good evening. Vira Clubhouse, good evening. Thank you so much for connecting. So I think we're on the final page. I will read that and then we'll go into our conversation for today. Okay, so where did we stop? Okay, so can two work together except they agreed? What we started to look at relationship, the fact that before you need to have discovered your purpose, right? And there are some difficulties in marital relationships today is because of misalignment of purpose. The parties didn't discover purpose before they went in, and over time, when they began to discover purpose, they realized that, oh my goodness. So this is a case of you going into entering a car, you know, somebody saying, oh, come in, you know, and you've been waiting, or you're at the airport and you just say, okay, I just need to get on, I just need to start my journey. And then by the time you enter the vehicle or you enter the plane, you realize, oh my goodness, they are not going to where I'm going. There will be problems. Somebody will be grumpy. The other person will be, you know, will be mad. There will be issues because they are not going in the same direction. Okay, so we started to look at that. Can two work together except they agree? So oftentimes when people struggle with motivation, it probably means that purpose is absent. Purpose fuels your motivation and drives you to achieve your goals and overcome obstacles. It also helps you clarify your values and priorities, allowing you to say no to non-essential tasks and yes to those that align with your goals. Lack of direction in life will make you spread your energy everywhere. Never forget that you are a limited resource. You are not foreman. You are not foreman. You are a limited resource. Ed, hi, I see you. Thank you so much for connecting. Springy W, hi, thank you for connecting. Eddie, thank you so much for connecting. So I see you all joining on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. So you are not a foreman. You only have 24 hours. Now, God is a God of principles, and the world is operated on laws, causes, and effects. So purpose will help you manage your time and emotional energy. So then we began to look at, okay, we looked at all of that. So healing from trauma is a courageous and transformative journey, right? And then we have looked at what trauma is last month. If you missed any of the sessions we had last month, we focused on looking at trauma, abuse's impact, what goes on in the head of the abuser, how to forgive, and all of that. Remember, healing from trauma is not about erasing the past or forgetting the pain. It's about acknowledging the experience, processing the emotions, and integrating the lessons into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient you. It's about recognizing that trauma does not define you and that you have the power to create a new narrative, right? One that is rooted in hope, resilience, and purpose, right? It's a process that requires patience, self-compassion, and support. Be gentle with yourself, celebrate your small victories, and don't be afraid to seek professional help when needed. Most importantly, remember that you are not alone. There are countless survivors of trauma like you, like myself, who have walked this path before you and have emerged stronger, braver, and more courageous. So you too can rise from the ashes of trauma and shine with a light that is uniquely yours. Go forth, embrace your healing journey. You're strong, you're capable, you're worthy of love, peace, and happiness. Right? So awesome. So that's that book. It tells you about trauma, what trauma is, and the fact that you need to fulfill purpose, right? Because there is greatness on your inside. So we want to move today to start looking at the importance of relationships in purpose fulfillment. Relationships. Why is relationship important? Why do I need to think about relationship when I'm thinking about purpose? Can relationship really affect my purpose? Right? These are some of the questions that people have asked me over time about the importance of relationship when it comes to purpose. And you better realize that we cannot survive outside of other people. I love watching so apologies, I'm taking in and out. So that's my reading glasses, right? I've got contacts on, but it's you people that wear glasses, you understand the dilemma. I'm still trusting God to heal my eyes. So yeah, I've got contacts, but my contacts I can't read properly, right? So this is just a reading glasses. That's why it's on and off. Okay. So I was watching I love to watch animal channels, because for me it's just intriguing looking at the creatures that God made. And I was watching one the other day, and it's funny because, oh my goodness, I was laughing. My children were like, they came out and like, what are you watching? You're watching animal channel, you're laughing. And when I'm those ones, pardon me, excuse me, forgive me, I'm those ones that when I'm watching movie, I talk. I'm sorry. I'm like, what? Why is he doing that? I'm like, sometimes my dad like, Mommy, it's a movie. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's where I enjoy myself. So I saw this really funny thing and this was like for real life animals, right? Animal Channel with David Attenborough. So this hyena, right, was pregnant, and that I think the hyenas move in packs, and the hyena, she because she was pregnant, didn't go out to look to hunt for food, but then as she was walking around, she saw like a carcass, and then she picked it, and guess what she did? She actually went to hide it inside water. Oh my God, I'm telling you, for real, right? The hyena went to hide the piece of meat she found inside water because the other thing with hyena is they steal meat from other people because they can smell blood from a distance. So as all the animals are moving around, they will just smell, there's fresh blood somewhere. They can go there and go and take the thing, especially if they are bigger than those other animals. So of course she had this, so she knew that the others would smell it and they would come for her. Well, the excuse the narrator gave was that she's pregnant, so she needed to eat. But for me, I'm like, I thought I was watching a human being, like the behavior. This lady, woman, right? I'm talking about hyena for those who are just joining. She went and she dips the meat inside the carcass inside the water, and then so of course the others were coming because they could smell, and then the others got there and they were looking around, and she just did her face like she did her face like this, and then she took some water, like, I'm just drinking water, there's nothing, and I'm like, animals, like human being, where did you get this wisdom from? Anyway, that was my new, because I found that really funny and intriguing. What I was trying to bring out from there is in that field, that forest, right, when there were different kinds of animals, the lion was there, the leopard was there were elephants, there was hippopotamus, and different kinds of animals. And so wild dogs, they were not on that lane before, but they all came there. And I realized that wild dogs are not that big, right? But wild dogs, they killed a deer, a big deer, like they killed a deer, they killed a leopard. And I'm like, what's up with these guys? But then I realized something, that they moved in packs. That was one thing that narrator really emphasized, because they attack you as a group. So I think the leopard they killed was alone. So by the time 3, 4, 5 of them attacked the leopard, there was no chance of survival for that guy. We're talking about the importance of relationships in purpose fulfillment. Nobody, right? Nobody thrives in isolation. And I know what you're thinking. I know, don't worry, I'm coming there. Nobody is an island on their own. You want to fulfill purpose? You need people. You need people. You need people in your life. If you want to succeed, you need people in your life. I see you all talk to OSCs. Hi, good evening. Shala, hi, good evening. Nana, I see you, good evening. Money Wealth, I see you. Thank you all so much for connecting. Let me know where you're joining from as you're joining tonight. Let me know where you're joining from as you are joining tonight. So we're looking at the importance of relationships in fulfilling purpose. And you know, there's something I said earlier on about your purpose, that your purpose is unique to you, right? Your purpose is not my purpose. My purpose is not your purpose. It can be similar, right? Because there are 7 mountains, right? And each of us has at least 1, 2, or 3 of those mountains as our purpose that we need to conquer, right? Okay, among me, good evening. Connecting from Lagos, you're very welcome. Kay Adams, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining. The Nian, hi, I see you. Thank you all so much for connecting tonight. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for connecting. I see you all TikTok, YouTube. You're very, very welcome. So, like I was saying, even though we don't have the same purpose, our purpose can be similar. And you see, somebody said the experience is the best teacher, and I said I beg to differ. Experience is not the best teacher. I believe that experience is the worst teacher, because you don't have to experience what somebody else has experienced. That's why we have mentors, right? We see farther because we can climb on the shoulders of those who have gone before us. And I don't know if I will get there today. I will break down the different levels of relationship that you need in your life to fulfill purpose. There are some relationships you must have in your life to fulfill purpose. Otherwise, you ain't getting there anytime soon. You might get there, but maybe by the time you are there, the show is over. And like I said, some people will begin to think, people, human beings, I don't know, I'm not sure. Okay, let me shout out on TikTok. They're coming so fast. Auntie Ayo, I see you on TikTok. Nev, Ambassador, Paul, Panam, Shaimi. Hi all, I see you. Thank you so much for connecting. Mofolu, hi, thank you so much for connecting. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. Ali, thank you so much for connecting. Yes, I know that on the positive, there's also the negative. But remember one thing I normally say that I've said time and time and time again, right? That even though there are bad people in the world, guess what? There are also good people in the world. So do not allow the negative experience you've had to stop you from fulfilling purpose. Oh my goodness, there are some amazing human beings that I've met in my life, and I'm like, what? And you know that anything that has original must have counterfeit. The fact that they said this thing is original means that there's a counterfeit somewhere. Yes, you need relationships. You need authentic relationships. You need people in your life to fulfill your purpose, because no man is an island. No one becomes who they are called to be in isolation. You need people to guide you. You need people to sharpen you. You need people to support you. You need people to help you accelerate into destiny. I can do it on my own. I know what to do. I don't want to trust anybody again. The last time I trusted this person, I told the person my idea, all my plans, and then the next thing I said, they went and do it. They went and told this one. They went and said it. They went and hey, this time I'm going to just do everything all by myself. By myself. I'm doing it by myself. Sweetheart, to heal. You need to heal. There are good people in the world. They are kind, genuine people who want to see you progress in the world. And you see, you have to make a decision, which is why I said you need to heal. Because when you haven't healed, you will struggle to decipher who is genuine, who is not genuine. Because you might be trying to get what I call emotional current from other people. And so you become vulnerable, you do what you're not supposed to do, you tell them all your business. So there's no boundary in your life. Because there's a need to be to feel fulfilled. And so you trust people without even thinking. I'm writing a book. Yeah, I know I've said it, but I'm writing it. I'm working on it. Dear Empaths. Dear Empaths. That's the title of the book. Because I realized that a lot of people that struggle, right, we've been taken for granted the most are empaths. Empaths. And empathy is a gift. Like, that is who you are. You're an empath. It's a gift. And you might have been burned because you're an empath. That doesn't mean you should stop being who you are. In fact, guess what? Your purpose is tied to that gift of empath. It is. Your purpose. Because you see, I said that we were created on purpose for a purpose. The master crafted you. The manufacturer designed you. And you know that when he was designing you, he had a purpose in his mind. He had an intention in his mind. He had an agenda in his mind. There was something in his mind that he wanted to achieve when he was creating you. So he knew that for you to fulfill that purpose, I need to make this person an empath. Without that gift of empathy, they will not be able to fulfill their purpose. Because I've had clients. I mean, I kept saying about 90% of my clients are empaths. Because empaths get easily abused. They get easily taken advantage of. Because they have a good heart, they have a pure heart, they just want to help, they want to support. And then people take advantage of them. They get hurt. And because they love deeply, they hurt deeply. They hurt deeply. And sometimes it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot for them to come out of it because their heart is pure. Once they are in something, they are in it. Oh, please come on. They are in it. They're all heart. They are not thinking at the back of their mind, hey, maybe this one, all in. So when they get hurt, it can be really, 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 really deep and painful for them. But listen, that gift is for your purpose. So you can't give up on it. Janet, I see you. Fardu, I see you. Maxine, Day, hi. Unstoppable Abby, hi. Official Fusi, I see you all. Thank you so much for connecting. Tosin, hi. Thank you so much for connecting. Yes, you're very welcome. Kwadu, you are welcome. Thank you for connecting. Let me also know where you are joining from tonight. So I won't rush through it. I would. Oh, Money says on YouTube, my friend literally said to have a pure heart is a curse. No, my darling, a pure heart is a blessing. A pure heart is a blessing. You just need to know how to set the right boundaries. Because listen, right? There are also other people in this world that have pure hearts. That's what you need to know. So it's like just saying, I remember I live in a small town in Lincolnshire, East Midlands in the UK. And I remember when I started living here, right? I could count on my fingers. I don't even think we were up to 5, the number of colored people, Black people that were living in the town. So I'll be walking on the road. I will not see anybody that look like me. And I'll be wondering, oh my God, okay, well, yeah, you know. And then one day I was taking a walk and on the other side was another Black lady. And both of us looked at each other and we're like, hey, we didn't know each other before. Like, we didn't know each other before. She stopped, I stopped, and then we crossed, and then we hugged, and we started talking. Oh, and they were talking. And apparently she was even from Ghana and all of that. And then over time, I started to realize that, oh, there are some pockets of Black people, right, in town. I could have sat there and said to myself, I'm the only, you know how you go, I'm the only, you're not the only anything, anywhere. Trust me. I'm the only Black person in this town. Oh, what a life. What kind of problem is this? I'm the only good person. I'm the only person with a pure heart. No. When Elijah thought that there were no good, no pure and good-hearted prophets or God's prophets, right? And he thought that they're all dead. He says, God said he had reserved for himself some thousands of prophets who have not bowed their knee to bow. And if you have at the back of your mind that I have a pure heart, right? Maybe I've been hurt and it's part of life. I need to heal. Because I keep saying, listen, healing is your responsibility. Somebody hurt you, but you have to make a choice to heal. Because if you don't heal, you will be stagnated in life. Right? So you need to say to yourself, there are other people in this world who are kind-hearted. And when I heal, my kind heart is restored, and I can gravitate towards those people. I can gravitate towards those people. You know how exciting it is for you to meet somebody that thinks like you, that reasons like you. I've met some people like that, and I was like, oh my God, wow, I can't believe it. But they exist. They exist. Because listen, I normally say to people that there are laws, right? There's a law called law of vibration, and there's a law called law of attraction. So you say, oh, I want to attract this kind of person. I want to attract this person. I want to attract that tall, dark, handsome guy. I want to attract the beautiful lady who is intelligent. I want to attract this person. I want to attract good friends. I want to attract nice friends. It's okay, right? But you see, the law of attraction is secondary to the law of vibration. Yeah? So what are you vibrating? Are you vibrating pain? Thank you so much, Didi. Are you vibrating pain? Are you vibrating hurt? Are you vibrating bitterness? You've not healed. Somebody hurt you, and everything just like nonsense. Every time you are looking at people, you are just always criticizing them. You don't know what they are doing. You went to, and I'm going to go there. I am going to go there. You attended one church somewhere, and they messed you up in that church. And so now every time you somebody is preaching, you are watching somebody, and church people, you say, I love them. We don't know what they are doing. How many churches have you been to? One church hurt you. Now you think all pastors and all churches are bad. No, you are self-sabotaging. You're self-sabotaging. I shared my story. I've shared my story before. You've heard it before. I was married to a pastor who abused me for 16 years. And some other pastors told me to stay there and be praying and all sorts of things. So I was like, God, can this be you? But guess what? It was another pastor that God used to rescue me from that abusive relationship. And so many other pastors have been tremendous blessings to me. So you can't say because one man hurt you, all men are, all women, or because one woman hurt you, because it happens both sides. We talked about that extensively in October. One woman, because yes, abuse is not gender biased. One woman hurt you, and then you say, hey, women, oh, women, I will show you pepe. They would, no. What are you vibrating? And I want you to ponder on that and ask yourself that question. What am I vibrating? Listen, what happened to you shouldn't have happened to you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Somebody said earlier this week, and I'm like, the first thing I said, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. It's horrible. Nobody should go through abuse. Nobody should go through any kind of abuse. It's horrible. I talked about 6 soul needs. The need for love, care, attention, affection, appreciation. as human being, every human being needs those 5 things. 5 rather. Whether male, female, young, old, adult. Sometimes I want to tease my dad. My dad is in his 80s, and I'll say, handsome man. You see how you're handsome. Or my mom, you're looking so, and they will smile. Or sometimes they will blush. I can see the blush. As long as you're a human being, man is a tripartite being. You have a spirit, you have a soul, you live in a body. Your soul consists of your will, your mind, and your emotions. Those 5 things. It's a need, it's not a want. So when you're in an environment where you're not getting it, or you're getting the opposite, it's going to damage you. It's going to damage you. But you have the responsibility of saying, hey, I'm not going to allow this affect me for the rest of my life. I choose to heal. And I think there's somebody watching me tonight, or you're going to watch a replay. That's a decision you need to make as this year is ending. You've romanced pain throughout 2025. It's you and pain. You don't know what happened to me. You don't know what happened to me. If only you had an idea. This did not happen to me. So you've just romanced. It's just been you and that pain. This is Money Stock will say this is for me. Bless you. I'm so glad you are here. I'm so glad you are here. I'm so glad you are here. God bless you, and God will release everything you need, the healing you need for you to you in the name of Jesus Christ. I'm a person of faith, and so yes, I'm professional. I have certifications, certified life and transformational coach. I help people who have been through any kind of trauma, childhood trauma, adulthood trauma, to heal and reinvent themselves for an excellent life. But I am also a child of God. I'm a person of faith, and I hold strongly to my faith, and also use my faith to help people in their therapy and coaching sessions. So I just thought I'll say that. So it is important for you to say to yourself, no, I've romanced pain enough. I've romanced pain enough. It's time for me to leave it, to drop it, and to pick up purpose. Listen, I say to my clients, I say to people who follow me, I say, listen, healing is not the end itself. Yes, heal. But you heal because you carry value. And I've said this, part of the assignment that God has given me in this next season of my life is to help people enter into purpose. Because He said to me, a lot of my people are stalling on their purpose. You're stalling. Like, I don't know, maybe, okay, next year, next time. You're stalling on purpose, and the world is waiting for you to manifest. So let's see where you can start from. Yes, maybe you are called into the fivefold ministry, or you are called into this, and you can start from somewhere. If it's groundnuts, you are called into business. If it's groundnuts, you can buy groundnuts, put it on a tray, and start to sell it. Start from where you can. I remember one of my clients a few years ago, an older lady who has grandchildren, and she came to therapy, was in an abusive relationship and all of that. And you see, for her, because I say to people, listen, the fact that sometimes we look at this relationship and see if they are individual. So it's like, I can't say because you brought this injury, I treated you like this, I'm not even going to check your injury, I will treat it the way I treat that other person. No, we look at each relationship as individual relationships. And I said to her, I said, okay, you need to start setting boundaries, start doing this, start doing that. And she transformed and changed herself. And guess what? The other party she was living with adapted to her boundaries. She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. And I said, okay, so what next now? He said, oh, there's this business she used to do. I said, let's get it done. Okay, this week, focus on this advertisement, put it out. And she came to life because she healed. But then she started fulfilling her purpose. Good evening, all. I see you. Thank you so much for joining. She started fulfilling her purpose. So healing is not the end. It's just a means to an end. Right? And we're talking about relationships. No one becomes who they are called to be in isolation. Now, relationships provide support and strength. Yes, please. Relationships provide support and strength, because purpose can be demanding. So we are working on a boot camp next year for those who want to be mentored by me, find out fulfill purpose. So watch out for that. And also, if you believe that your purpose is to be a soul healer, an emotional healer, or emotional health practitioner, you need to go and register for the certification in emotional health practice. Okay, so that is run by Jola-Grace Academy, and we are kicking off. Okay, so let me quick share that real quick for those of you who are on Instagram. You can see that. So advance your career with the CEHP certification. It will help you gain proven tools to coach, lead, and support emotional well-being, right? So it's a 12 weeks of expert mentorship with myself, and it's going to be starting in January for 3 months. Okay, at the moment, we're running a 49% discount. Yes, because I am 49. I clocked 49 5 days ago. Yeah, so it's not really been that long. So yes, I clocked 49 5 days. And people say, oh no, you don't. I remember I had a lunch with some friends, and the son of one of my friends looked at me when I said 49. I said, oh, I thought you were like 29. I said, I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you very much. So I know. Thank you very much. It's the grace of God. You know what I mean? So we have a 49% discount if you register within the next 4 weeks. Okay. So the 15th of November or through to the 15th of December is a 49% discount for you to enroll into the certification in emotional health practice. It's not going to be a self-paced, it's life taught. Okay. Oh, somebody says I look so young. Thank you. Is life taught. So I will be facilitating all the sessions. We might have some guest facilitators during the course, and then you will be put on different assignments, So, and then there will be assessment. So you're not just going to say you've attended, take certificates. There will be assessment at the end of, the 3 months classes. We're going to give you tools to actually begin to go out there and help people heal. And of course, you know that that is going to be another income generating stream for you. So begin to look into that. The link is in my bio on Instagram. Instagram is called Jola-Grace. So if you're watching me from anywhere else, Instagram is at code Jola-Grace, and then go to my bio there, and then you can get the link to put that. If you want us to send the link to you directly as well, you can DM CEHP. Okay, so just DM CEHP, and then the guys will pick that up and they will send you the link. So we're looked at our purpose, stepping into and fulfilling, because purpose can be demanding, but the right people can help you carry the weight, keep you encouraged, and remind you who you are. Because see, if you don't know who you are sometimes, because when you start working in purpose, it's a different ball game. Yeah, you find purpose, discover purpose, and then start working in it. But along that journey can also be challenging. You see, Elijah usually baffles me. This guy was an anointed man of God, and he just called down fire. I play that part of the scripture in my head as movies, and sometimes I'm just laughing. Like, it was like, guys, maybe he's sleeping. And I can just imagine his cheeky face. Shout louder, I must be sleeping. Or maybe he's gone on a holiday and he will soon be back. Shout louder, let him set fire, He did all of that. And then a while after that, he was sat under a tree, feeling suicidal. I was like, God, man, I can't do this. Papa, man, I can't do this. Just let me go. What's going on here? Right? This is a lot. Right? Hey, good evening, Jennifer. So this is a lot. God, I can't do this. Until he was reminded of who he was. You see? And that is why I say everybody needs coaching. That's one of the things coaching does to you. It supports you, encourages you, reminds you of who you are, helps you carry the weight of fulfilling your purpose. Number 2, so number 1, relationship. We're talking about the importance of relationship in purpose fulfillment. Number 1, relationships provide support and strength. Because along the journey, there will be times where you feel tired, where you feel you don't know what you're doing, where you feel you are even doing the wrong thing. So you need that support system in your corner that can always tell you, this is who you are. You are strong, you are bold, you are courageous. You can do, this is what you are called to do. thank God I have those kind of people in my corner, because otherwise, honestly, I'm not sure if I would be doing what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But there are people who are always telling me, no, you got this, girl, you can do it. Go on, do it. I'm so proud of you. You know, when your spiritual authorities are telling you and they are proud of you, you are doing well, you want to run faster. So you need those kind of people in your life. Excuse me. Number 2, relationships. So we're talking about Etel and Tommy. Hi, good evening. Thank you for connecting. Papa T, Taylor. Hi, good evening. Florita. Hi, good evening. Tontosh. Hi, good evening. Good evening, all. Thank you so much for connecting. We are looking, this is Soul Clinic with the Soul Doctor, and we are looking at the importance of relationships in purpose fulfillment. Number 2, relationships provide perspective, right? Sometimes God speaks through others, right? So you need those covenant friendship, covenant relationships, your leaders to clarify, because sometimes your own, I was speaking to a friend of mine, a covenant friend, and I was saying, this thing, no, I'm not sure. And the person said, oh, have you prayed about it? And I said, I'm not going to deceive myself, because I know that my emotions are very involved in this thing. And so if I say I'm praying, it might be my emotions that will be talking to me. So I would rather somebody neutral, join me in the prayers, and then we seek the face of God together. That's how you need relationships in your life. Hi, you're very welcome. So it helps you see perspective, because you cannot see the whole angle all of the time. You can't. So as I'm sitting in front of you now, right, you can see, you don't know what is on this side. You don't know what is on this side. If you say, oh, I know Kojola study, I know there's a bookcase there, there's a red frame, you might be very wrong, because you can't see the whole perspective. But somebody else can, okay, Tom says, I stumbled on this and I'm glad oh, bless you. Thank you for connecting. So you need people in your life, right, that will help you see the right perspective. And I'm going to balance this, because then you begin to say, oh, what if, who are those kind of people? What do I need to watch out for those kind of people that I can trust with my purpose journey? Because it's a journey. And you cannot do it alone. Trust me, you can't do it alone. Right? So you need those people, those connectors, the mentors, the friends, the leaders, to help you clarify direction. You might be thinking, I should go in this way, especially mentors, people who have been there before you, right? And that is part of the things I'm going to be doing next year. So for everyone that's that signs up for the certified emotional health practitioner course, okay, after the course, right? So you don't have to, but there's an opportunity for you to come into a mentorship cohort with myself, where we'll help you set up your coaching practice. We'll give you guidance. We'll tell you the do's and don'ts, how to get. I remember I was talking to someone, and the person said, oh, there's somebody, I have a friend, I need you. I know the person needs to speak to you, but the person doesn't want to speak to you and all of that. And this person was, when you as a lady, you want your boyfriend to speak to your coach, because that's okay, your coach can, and because he's a guy, sometimes I do have male clients, So, but this particular person was like, okay, I will speak to her just because you want me to speak to her. So when the person came into the room, I could see that this person was all guarded and ready for me. Like, what do you want to say to me? As what I'm talking about. Guarded and ready for me. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's see. I have a senior partner. Holy Spirit, my senior partner. It's my senior partner. Sound like Holy Spirit. Okay, let's go. He enters every session with me. It's like, in fact, he's telling me, okay, say this, do that. So, I'm not sorry. That is who I am. I'm a professional, but I'm also a spiritual person. So, and then we got into the session. I started asking questions. And then this person just said, oh my God, you broke me. And I'm like, what? Oh, you broke me, man. You broke me. I said, what? He said, I came in here all defensive, I've made up my mind that you ain't going to break me. I'm going to just give it to you. I'm going to say, it is well. You have emotions. You get it? You have emotions. And it's okay to have emotions. So sometimes and I've had people come to me to say, oh, they've had this therapist there, this coach there, but their approach, if I met somebody on the plane the other day, the person was like, oh, I would be speaking to my coach and my coach would be telling me off. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. And I'm looking for another coach. So you see, there are ways to do this thing. So I'm going to be mentoring people next year, those who go on that course and become certified. We're going to at least hold you for a while until we know that you can stay on your own 2 feet. So they provide perspective, something that somebody has done before. You don't blindly go and say, okay, I'm just going to ask question. How is it done? How are you doing this? Right? They'll help you to see perspective. They will correct you in love, and they help you to see what you can't see on your own. And sometimes they also help you with your time frames, because you might be thinking, oh, okay, hi Larry, hi Letite, hi James. I didn't know I could wave on TikTok. Let me just wave to all my TikTok guests. Now that I've found it. Oh my days. Awesome. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for connecting. So number 3, right? Why you need relationships to fulfill your purpose. Many doors in destiny are opened through connection. In fact, most doors in destiny are opened through connections, partnerships, and divine alignment, right? So purpose grows in the soil of right relationships. Right. I cannot overemphasize the importance of the right relationships in your life in fulfilling purpose. Just somebody saying, oh, I have a friend who does this. Oh, that person. Oh, this person. Oh, I was thinking, and then I was in a meeting and somebody said they needed this, and then I said, oh, I have somebody who does this. And for you because of the pain you experienced, you like, ugh, guys, I can, women, what do they call it? Women, what's that? What do they call this? Women empowerment. I don't need any man in my life. So you're entering an office and the guy is like, hi, I just, what, when we know people like you. Meanwhile, that is the guy that's going to sign your contract that you're looking for. Because you're carrying pain. See, pain causes you to self-sabotage. And it's a double pain, because you are authentically, English is even, you are genuinely hurt. You had a genuine hurt. So you have a right to be hurt. You have a right to feel the way you're feeling. One thing I say to my clients is, your feelings are valid. The way you feel is valid. And then I put the caveat. Feel what you're feeling, but don't allow your feeling to control your actions. So this person might have been genuinely hurt by a guy. But then her being rude to this other man is her emotions controlling her actions. And then what does she do? She self-sabotages. Because that is somebody that could have helped her to achieve her purpose. So you can't afford to stay in that place of pain. Stop romancing pain. Stop romancing the hurt. I know it was painful. It's painful. You couldn't believe it. How will she do that to you? How will he do that to you? But I'm sorry. It happened. You need to excel. You need to glean lessons from what happened. Forgive and move on. Because purpose fulfillment lies in relationships, the right relationships in your life. Number 4, relationships provide accountability. That is what a coach will also do for you. Accountability. Because listen, the difference between those who achieve their goals, so now it's November 20, a lot of us are going to start, I'm already evaluating, oh, so what are the goals I set at the beginning of this year? How much of them have I achieved? If you truly look at it, the reason why a lot of people don't achieve their goals is lack of accountability. There's nobody to hold you accountable. There's nobody. My real name is Grace. Hello, my real name is Grace. My own real name too is Grace. I am Bodedada. Hi. Sassy, hi. Good evening. Thank you for connecting. So you see, accountability is important. When you're accountable, there's a way in my coaching classes, I said we set goals together with my clients. I'm like, okay, but there's the one I told you yesterday. We set goals together. I said, okay, what do you want to? I just want to achieve, okay? Are you sure this is something you can achieve? Oh, yeah, I can do it. Okay. Because I'm going to hold you accountable. And if you don't achieve that goal, you owe me money. And baby, I'm going to collect that money from you. So they're like, oh my God, okay, I've got to do this then. And I've seen it work. Because they're like, nope. There was one I said, nope, coach, you aren't collecting my money. No way. But it helps you to achieve your goal. So, relationship provides accountability. The right people will keep you grounded, focused, faithful. They sharpen your character, and they help you to be disciplined. To be disciplined, right? Number 5, relationships activate your gifts. Relationships activate your gifts. Your purpose unfolds as you serve, collaborate, and pour into others. So, for people who are still saying, oh, I'm not sure what my purpose is, service is one of the ways to discover purpose. Just have an open heart to serve. And then you begin to say, there's something you are doing that you actually enjoy doing. There's something you like doing. That I've seen people who went to volunteer in organizations end up getting a job, getting promoted, managing those organizations. They went there to volunteer and they enjoyed themselves. Right? So if somebody has said to you, oh, why don't you come and, no, I don't want to mix with people. I want to mix with human beings. So who are the people you want to mix with if you don't want to mix with human beings? Human beings, I know they've hurt you, but human beings are still the greatest blessings you can have in your life. There's an adage that says, I'll get it right now. Human beings are our covering. Ènìyàn láṣọ mi. Right? Human beings cover us. People cover us. People cover us. Okay, hang on. TikTok. I started this thing again. Sugar. Okay, I want me to bear with me. It's asking me to. I don't know why it does that. Asking me to do some puzzle thing. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Auntie Ayo. Thank you for joining. Human beings are covering, right? So what you need to say to yourself is, I need to learn from my experience and not write everybody off, right? So relationships activate your gift. Relationships also reflect God's heart. Now, I know sometimes you can think somebody misrepresented God to you. I say, I'm never going to listen to anybody tell me God said or talk about God or anything like that. These people, they are all very this, they're all very that. See, nobody is all very anything. You treat people. So, somebody was talking about, a friend told her that to have a good heart is a curse. And I said, no. And I said, one of the things that I usually do in my relationship with people is I do what they do in law, right? You are innocent until proven guilty. So when I meet you, you are the best human being in the world. Until you give me reason to doubt you, you are cool. We are cool, right? However, because of my experiences, right, I have boundaries in place. I have wisdom. I know what good is. I know what bad is. I will not make excuse for negative behavior. So you see, one of the things that empaths do is, because they're so, they see good in everything. So even when the thing is in their face like this, that somebody is hurting them, they will keep making excuses. She slapped me because I didn't give her money on time. She's really a kind person, no? If you meet her when she's in a good mood, she can cook a storm. If you meet her when she's in a good mood, but is this her anger? When she's angry, sometimes she stabs me, sometimes she slaps me, sometimes she. Excuse me. Never make excuses for bad behavior. Never. Because you cannot change anybody, sir, ma. You don't have what it takes to change somebody. You can pray for them, but please pray for them from a distance. Stay safe, be safe. And safety, not just physically, but even in your mind. In your mind. I saw something recently that said, I can't remember the country, but they said psychological abuse is now equal to physical abuse in their law. Because they are saying that psychological and emotional abuse can actually take life. It is a matter of life and death. Because I say that, listen, the greatest asset you have is your mind. Your mind is your greatest asset. And so anything or anyone that attacks your mind is attacking your very essence. It's attacking your essence. So you don't stay there and keep hearing those negative, because words will either build you or destroy you. That research has been done, right? Experiments rather, has been done on plants before, on people, on students. Negative or negative or negative, or the plants wither. Positive or positive, positive, the plants grew. And I see that there's a lot of similarities between us and animals. I was telling you about an animal show that I was watching the other day. I couldn't believe it was a jackal. A jackal! Connie mind. Carry meat, hid it inside water, and was pretending to the other one as if it didn't have food. I said it's a lie. I couldn't believe it. Yes, Auntie, I say psychological and emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. Yes, absolutely, I agree with you. Because it destroys your essence. It destroys your being. You become a shell just walking around. A shell just walking around. See, whatever negative experience happened to you is not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. The first thing to get out of your mind is it's not your fault. However, healing is your responsibility. I made up my mind to heal. 16 years of abuse. I said, no, I'm going to heal. Why? Because I carry value, and I'm so grateful to Yahweh for the privilege he has given me to step into my purpose. I've not scratched it. I know I've not scratched it. I'm just stepping into it. Because listen, there are destinies that are tied to you fulfilling your purpose. Yeah? So you have to heal. You have to heal. Right? So purpose thrives where healthy relationship exists. Do you know why you also need to heal? I looked at a research some other time. It's an old one, so it might have changed now, right? And I was just curious because I realized that I was saying second marriages, third marriages ended in divorce. And I'm like, why would a second marriage end in divorce? Why would a third marriage end in divorce? What's going on? Something must be wrong. And I think for second marriages, it was 67% of second marriages end in divorce. 67%. And then 74% of third marriages end in divorce. I felt, wow, that's huge. What's going on? See, very simple. If you do not heal from what hurt you, you will bleed on the people who have not caught you. So there's Sister A and Brother B. Sister A experienced trauma. Brother B experienced trauma. Both of them left their traumatic relationship. And they said was, well, let's just come together and marry each other. And so because you are wounded, Sister A is transferring aggression to Brother B. Brother B is transferring the pain of what his ex did to him to Sister. How can that work? Because they're not just two in that marriage, there are 4 in that marriage. 4. They both brought their exes into that marriage. Now, by the time it gets to the third, you know that one is 74%. By the time they now get to their third relationship, how many are they? By the time they are getting to their third relationship, how many are they? 6. They are now 6. How can you manage that? 6 in the marriage, because the second, you have 2 exes plus you, 2 exes plus you. So you are bringing 6 people in that. How can it work? It can't work. It can't work. I've made this analogy before. I'll make it again. The Bible says 2 are better than 1. 2 are better than 1. So let's go to English class. So this is better. Better in the middle. Remember that rhyme. Good, better, best. I will never rest until my good is better and my better best. I don't know if you remember. So, with that in mind, good, better, best. Now, where is good in the middle? Good is here in the middle. Better is here in the middle. Better is here in the middle. So that means that on this side is what? Before better is what? Good. So good is here, better is here, and best is here. And so when the Bible says 2 are better than 1 is in the middle, those 2 needs to be what? Good. It is 2 good that can become better than 1. And I don't want to go into, because I'm not talking to singles, because I will tell singles that, listen, good is good. Good is still good, because good, you know, when they're marking your papers those days, good is about 7/10, and that's pass mark. You move to the next class. But the truth is, a lot of people are not good. They are trying to be better. They are trying to meet another person that will make them better. Nobody can make you better. You need to be good first. You need to be good. You need to heal. You need to improve yourself. You need to grow. You must say to yourself, as I'm ending this year and I'm planning for next year, what is my budget for personal growth and development? Don't just look good. Don't just spend money on looking good. Spend money on being good. Spend money on being good. Because yes, looking good is good business, but what is the point of you looking good and your inside is ill? No, and you're always falling apart, breaking apart, even with your LV and everything. Inside you are sad, is all messed up. Be good. Because if you're trying to join, and this is not even in romantic relationships alone. A lot of people who are hurting, who are not taking time, who have not been intentional about healing, they move into relationships and they hurt people. Now, platonic relationships. Because their expectations becomes irrational. You didn't call, why didn't you call me yesterday? I called you, you didn't pick. I'm like, I said this jokingly, but there's some truth inside it. I told someone that said that thing to me one day. I called you, you didn't pick. I said, I'm not a call center agent. I don't work in a call center. If I was working in the call center, then my boss can give me credit. Why didn't you pick that call? That call was coming in. You have to pick it. I don't work in call center. Yeah. And this is also my help somebody. So you see, maybe if you're an empath, you always rush up. For real, people have died rushing to pick phone calls. Truth, for real. People have broken their legs rushing to pick phone calls. You are the master of your time. Do you know that your time is your life? And your life is your blood. I like to say that to drive it home. Because when somebody dies, what happens? They say blood has stopped. So as long as blood is flowing, you still have, and your time is your life. So you must be the CEO of your own time. Do not allow other people's urgencies to become your own emergency. Or the other way around, other people's emergencies to become your own urgency. You'll be shocked at what they say, it's very important, it's emergency. And then you will give them and they say, actually, I was wondering, I have an event next weekend, and I was wondering whether I should wear the red or the shoe. That's why I needed to speak to you urgently. I'm like, eh? Say what? Come again? Anyway, you want to ask me whether the shoe goes with the bag? And that's very urgent. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Eh? You don't mean it. I'm thinking of, you know, that I'm thinking stickers now in my head. I'm thinking stickers. You know that sticker of you don't mean it? Really? You must come and you see, if you are not healed and whole in your emotion, if you don't have emotional health, you will struggle to set boundaries. You will say, oh, they are calling me. I have to pick. If I don't pick, they will be angry. If you're calling me, I'm in the middle of something, maybe I'm studying, I'm praying, right? I'm doing something in personal growth, and I get back to you and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I was busy when you called me, and you are angry with me. I cannot shalaye. I'm sorry, I'm speaking vernacular. I cannot be explaining. You know, and the person is angry. Why didn't you pick when I called you? I called you for a reason. You should have. I'm sorry. If this is what you expect, I can't. But you know what has happened? A lot of people who react like that have abandonment issues. It's not their fault. So they're quick to have that story in their head because, oh my goodness, why is he not picking? Why is she not picking? Is she about to abandon me? Is he about to abandon me? Because somebody abandoned them in their childhood, or some other people in their adulthood. So they are transferring that issue to you. And it can get exhausting. It can get exhausting. And you are not their empaths. You are not the savior of the world. It's a chapter in the book. We need to go. I just saw the time now. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for connecting. Oh, okay. So that means next time, because I was going to then go at the impact of wrong relationships on purpose, right? So we looked at why you need relationships, right relationships. So we're going to look at the impact of wrong relationships on purpose, and then what to watch out for in relationships. How do I decipher a healthy relationship? We're going to look at that as well, okay? Next time. So thank you all so much for connecting tonight. I am the Soul Doctor. My name is Jola-Grace Emmanuel, and I am committed to helping you heal, thrive, grow, fulfill, and achieve your purpose. If you have not registered for the certification in emotional health practice, please rush to my page on Instagram. The link is there, or go to my website, www.coachjolagrace.com. All the information is there. Take advantage of the 49% discount. Is birthday discount, right? Since it was my birthday a few days ago, take advantage of that. And I'm looking forward to holding you and help you step into and fulfill your purpose. Thank you all so much. Auntie Aya, thank you for connecting. The design by Fiara. I see you all. Abbas, thank you all on TikTok. Thank you for connecting on YouTube. Thank you for connecting on Instagram. My family. Thank you all, Rebecca, Sonia, Sheila. I love you all. Have a good evening. Have a beautiful weekend. And I'll see you next week, Tuesday, same time. God bless you. Bye for now.